Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And of course, welcome back to yet another post-match reaction. As you can tell by the smile on my face, Liverpool won. Of course, we beat Napoli, ending their unbeaten record so far this season. And of course, winning by 2-0. Big thank you to Mohamed Salah and, of course, Darwin Núñez for both of the goals. Again, look, last 15 minutes of the game, yet again, Liverpool, winning and getting points once again. And, of course, getting 5 wins out of 6 in the UCL group. Look, that is pretty decent, if you ask me. And look, guys, let me know how all of you are in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Let me know your man of the matches. Let me know your overall thoughts as well. And let me know as well, guys, who you would want Liverpool to face in the round of 16. I believe the draw was on Friday at like 12 o'clock. So again, if you'd like a show for that, we'll be live. I think it goes on for 2 hours, doesn't it? Sadly, but yeah. If you want a video for that, then please do let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know how old you are as well. Let me know your thoughts on that, because for me, look, don't get me wrong, it wasn't flawless tonight. It wasn't, a flawless Liverpool performance, but it was much better from what we saw against Leeds United. And it's that saying, isn't it? Can we play European football week in, week out? Because at the minute, Liverpool in the Champions League compared into the Premier League are two completely different sides. And I mean that as well. Liverpool, it's like Liverpool Champions League, Liverpool Premier League, two different teams, two different, managers, everything at the moment. And we spoke about it, I think yesterday we've gone on about, it, it's not impossible for Liverpool to win the Champions League. It's not. Even though we've played that badly this season, it's not impossible. But again, look, we'll talk all about that in a brief moment. Anyway, guys, as well, if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button as well, and share out the video as well. Does very much appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Anyway, you can tell that we've got fun. I'm losing my bloody mind. To be fair, anyway. But Mark's in. Hello, Mark. Excuse me. Great win. Núñez, man of the match. Bound to get PSG, I feel as well. Yeah. Again, it's interesting. I'm going to quickly look now. For some reason, more on laptop won't work. For some reason, unfortunately, so I'm going to quickly look on my phone at the group stage. Of course, Liverpool, Napoli, both on 15 points. Again, 5 wins, 1 loss. Club, well, Porto potentially for the Reds as well. That could be an option. Imagine Porto again in the round of 16. Yet again, conspiracy theory. No, of course, Bayern Munich. A return with Sadio Mane as well. That could be interesting. Of course, Bayern in the league haven't been the best. They've been a little bit like Liverpool, haven't they? But of course, a lot better, in terms of the league table. But the Bundesliga, they haven't really hit the heights that I think people know from Bayern Munich. But in the Champions League, they've been flawless. And I think that's again the interesting point about it, where I think that a lot of people will be wondering whether or not they could Bayern Munich go on and win the Champions League again. Potentially, it is very much a potential option at the minute as well. Of course, we're not going to play Spurs, we're not going to play Chelsea, Real Madrid as well, potentially as well is also in there. I'm looking at it now. Madrid have to win tomorrow to win their group, so that's going to be a difficult period as well for Real Madrid. But I'm just looking at it again, and then PSG tomorrow. We could even end up playing Benfica tomorrow as well. So it is, all to play for really in the Champions League. Left in terms of where people end in the group stages as well. But let me know, guys, as well, who you would want. Obviously, Mark's gone with PSG as well. For me, I don't care who we get personally, because you have to face the best to win it. But again, I'd like Porto. I'm not going to lie, I would like Porto. But Doug's in as well. Hello, Doug. Hey, mate, would you like to guess for next time? I'm going to leave it till next time, Doug. Sorry, because I only have a short amount of time to speak about the game tonight. Anyway, I have about like 15, 20 minutes to speak about it. But again, tomorrow, Doug, if you're free, around 9 tomorrow, if you are free, my friend, I'm going to try and do a video speaking about Liverpool's problems, and of course, a bit more as well. Like I mentioned to you guys, well, we'll be get a couple of people on as well. But Mark's in saying Doug as well. Talia all beans. Darwin does it again. Fun fact: Núñez has more goals than Mane at this point with the same amount of games, but less game time as well. Yeah, I did see that, Gary, as well. I'm glad to see you in the chat as well. Draw on the 7th as well. It was on the 7th. So, I thought it would have been Friday. I'm not gonna lie. So again, no. It will be interesting, and then yes, I should be as well. Brilliant. I will message you in due course anyway, Doug, as well. But again, going back onto the game, look, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh yeah, Liverpool, massively, deserved to oh, they were outrageous, they were brilliant, we battered them. Yes, we were good. Don't get me wrong, we were better than what we was against Leeds, but there is still a process there at the minute. I think for me personally, guys, as well, my man of the match goes to Ibu Kanate. I know Darwin Núñez, was amazing for 10 minutes, got a goal, got an assist. But for me, Ibu Kanate, look how good he was, and look how good he made Liverpool's defence. Made Trent look better, look Virgil van Dijk better as well. Look how many times we've said, in previous seasons and previous games, how Virgil van Dijk makes the next person to him look better. For me, it was the other way around tonight. Look how good Ibu made Virgil van Dijk look, and I think that's the thing where we need Ibu fit, for a big period of the season. Of course, only 4 games left. Well, 3 games now until the World Cup break. Of course, I believe it's Spurs, Derby, and then I think it's Southampton. I think at home. So again, hopefully, I got that right anyway. But it's the fact that we've got, for them 3 games in particular, you've got to keep everyone fit now until then. But then of course with the Reds going out to Qatar, not Qatar, sorry, they're going out to Dubai, sorry, to have a pre-season training session, which you hope potentially everyone will be back fit and healthy, apart from potentially Diogo Jota. Rumours coming out about him over the last 24 hours suggesting that he might be out until towards the end of the season, so hopefully that's not true. But again, for me, Ibu Kanate made the difference tonight for Liverpool. Look, Mo Salah was up there as well, do not get me wrong. Darwin Núñez was the close second for me, because he come on, completely changed the tempo. Harvey Elliott, when he come on as well, obviously come on for James Milner. Hopefully Millie's all right. Looked to be I think it was a concussion, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I think it was a concussion problem, because he did have a bang on the head earlier on in the game as well. And he didn't look too clever, did he? So fingers crossed everything's okay with Millie. But hopefully, it's not bad. Hopefully he can be part of the squad for Sunday. Is this Sunday we play Spurs? I think it is, isn't it? Sunday. But again, if it is concussion, he is going to be out until probably Southampton next week in the league, particularly. But again, for me, guys, Ibu Kanate was my man of the match. I thought he was absolutely excellent. Kept Osimhen quiet for a big period of the game. Kvaratskhelia as well also, but of course Napoli played their full team. I thought, I'm not going to lie, when I saw that team, I thought, oh Christ, here we go, we're going to get battered again. But fair play to the boys. They kept the main men for Napoli quiet. Of course, they've got a very important game this weekend against Atalanta. First v second there, of course. But even again, it wasn't the fact that I don't think there was much needed to happen. Of course, Napoli did score first, obviously the offside goal, by the finest of margins. I've seen people go on about like how it was unfair. Look how many times that's happened to us, over the last 12 months. Again, it swings around abouts, really, doesn't it? But again, it was the reaction what Liverpool needed. And for some reason, Liverpool have a kick of conceding first. I was checking before the game. I think the last 19 out of the last 25 games in all competitions, Liverpool have conceded first. That's, again, not a great start in terms of defence. But I don't know, Liverpool just somehow, and for some reason, have this weird thing where we concede first or something happens and then we react. And again, it's something from one of the best teams, or or something like that. But it's weird. Either way, it's weird. To be fair, anyway. But like, guys, let me know your thoughts anyway in the comments. Anyway, yes, I should be as well. Let me quickly get that. There we go. There we go. Doug saying, yes, I should be. There we go. 1892 Red Podcast. Hello, boys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Either Luke or Ricky. Hopefully having a fantastic day and getting Reds as well. Yes, Darwin Núñez. I love Darwin, man. Look, you look at his, XG, and you look at, certain things, and if he's given the game time, and if Liverpool, if Liverpool react after the World Cup and give proper performances, and Darwin Núñez is in the middle of that, I'm saying it right now, the league ain't ready. Darwin's going to be absolutely amazing. And look, this might come back to bite me, but look, I think Darwin Núñez is a 25-30 goal a season striker. And I don't think that's a mad thing to say. You guys will know, you look at it, and how everyone's speaking about, Gabriel Jesus this season. Look, Erling Haaland, that conversation, pre-season wise was a laugh, wasn't it? But, when people now are considering him, towards, Gabriel Jesus's area, and you're like, you look at the numbers, Darwin Núñez is 10 times better than Gabriel Jesus in certain areas. So, again, I think he will be definitely 100% 25-30 goal a season striker anyway. But to then develop after the World Cup, yeah. I think, is it Boxing Day, guys? The first day back from the World Cup. So, of course, we will have content on the channel. There will be, of course, conversations having around the club. We might do some World Cup content as well. If you guys would be interested in that as well, let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. But, just looking at Darwin's, stats for the game, 10 minutes, 1 goal, 1 assist. And this is the thing where when he's coming on the pitch, he's making that difference. Look, you want it on the pitch, do not get me wrong. You want, Darwin Núñez to be there, starting week in, week out. But of course, Klopp didn't want to risk him for this game. Of course, he is currently, struggling with a hamstring injury by the looks of things at the moment. But you want to keep him prepared. Now, the big game for Liverpool, of course, is Sunday. This game didn't really matter that much unless Liverpool won by 5-0, which, of course, wasn't going to happen tonight, was it? But I think the big picture is, hopefully the Reds can take this form from the Champions League. And I've said this every single week, haven't I, guys? You guys will know. I've spoken about it where, hopefully we can transform this into the Premier League. Now, Spurs on the weekend is huge for everyone, for Liverpool, for Spurs, probably for Chelsea, Manchester United, because I think if Spurs beat Liverpool, Liverpool have a volcano to climb to try and get into the top 4. If Liverpool win, it opens the door for everyone, including Liverpool. Because I think there's something big with Antonio Conte at the minute. I was watching, watching bits and pieces of that Spurs game during half time, and there's something. I do believe there is something there with this Juve job, and Antonio Conte wants it. I think, of course, Juve not getting to the Champions League, but I do think there is something there with it. But again, I don't think everything is there at the minute with Spurs. I think Son is also injured, from what I gathered. But again, Spurs away, it's going to be tough. Away games this season has been tough for Liverpool no matter what this year. But hopefully it takes 1 or 2 results, doesn't it? And I said this obviously against Man City, and look what happened in the last 2 results. But this is what Klopp said. Klopp said you need to, build up on something. And I think this is the thing now where Liverpool will hopefully, go on now and go on a run, come back after the World Cup and go back on that run potentially. But again, I've said this last week, haven't I? As well, but I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts anyway in the comment section down below. 26th of December, yeah, on Amazon as well. Yeah, Boxing Day fixtures as well. Worse as it's away at Spurs as well. Yeah, Spurs away is horrible, isn't it, Mark? Son went off with a head injury as well. So again, a similar boat where I don't think he's going to feature against Liverpool on Sunday. So again, a little bit of a good news for Liverpool in the sense of course, we're wishing Son the best anyway, because of course no one really likes people getting injured and so on. But I'm looking at it now; it's a huge game. For top four, Liverpool have any hope. The rumours coming out to Liverpool at the minute is that FSG and Klopp have spoken about the problems, and that at the present moment in time, FSG are all willing to back Klopp. And the big problem is for Liverpool, in my opinion, at the minute, is Liverpool is sadly going to have this realization if we don't get Champions League football next season, that people won't want to come to Liverpool, and we'll then start to see it declining a little bit. And FSG are going to have a wake up call as well if we don't get Champions League football. But then yet again, it's their own fault, because if they don't back Jurgen Klopp, then what do you expect? I don't think you can blame Jurgen in that sense of things as well. But the rumours are at the minute there is a midfielder looking at for the winter, and then of course supposedly meant to be huge investment for the summer. So we'll soon see, of course, and we'll be right here on the channel breaking it all down for you guys anyway. But to go back on the game, obviously Mo Salah again, his goal as well. I think Fabinho as well tonight was, I think, a step up a little bit from what he was on the weekend, but still did lack a little bit of bite. And I say bite, and I say that you've got to get a card, to be fair, for going in for challenges and that. But I feel like he'd still, missed that extra, like, I don't know, aggressive behavior where he's like, getting in, getting stuck in, and that. And I think, again, I do think there is something wrong there with Fabinho. Me personally, I love Fabinho, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to criticize him because he's been amazing for Liverpool over the last 4 or 5 years. But look, when the players are not acting the way they should, I think you should openly criticize them, as well as constructive criticism anyway. But I do think as well, if hopefully after the World Cup, I don't think Fabinho goes to the World Cup. I don't think he was named in the provisional squads, neither, I don't think anyway, but I'll have to double check on that. But hopefully, if he's not going to go, hopefully he can have a couple of weeks rest and then come back a different player in particular, as well over the next couple of weeks anyway. So fingers crossed for that anyway, to be fair. But guys, there is, I think, 51 of you in here as well. If you're new around here as well, as Mark is saying, if you could follow the channel as well, you'll be absolutely, appreciated. Again, I do very much appreciate each and every single one of you guys as well. I believe we're on at the minute. I think we're on 10 likes, so if we can get to 20, as usual, that would be very much appreciated as always. Again, because I do very much appreciate each and every single one of you guys as well. Let me quickly check something, because I think Mo Salah has been given the man of the match for the game. Anyway, for me, my man of the match, guys, was Ibu Konate. It was for me. But yeah, I think Mo Salah's been given man of the match for the game, even though I did think Darwin should have been ahead of him, to be fair. But yeah, Mo Salah has been given man of the match for tonight anyway. So again, you hope, of course, particularly that, again, can be kicked on. And for me, guys, I think the big thing, I think, coming out of this is making sure now we can keep the momentum going. And it's the fact as well, what would be the starting lineup for Spurs? Because I think Klopp has a little bit of a headache because Curtis Jones, we haven't really spoken about Curtis Jones, but, I thought he had a decent game as well, on the left-hand side. Did really criticise him on the weekend, but he had a decent-ish game. And that's the thing where players are having, decent games. You're having the likes of Mo, Darwin, and potentially Bobby as well having really, really good games. And then of course, you got the headache then of, Jordan Henderson. Of course, Hendo didn't feature tonight. Looks like, he could potentially be injured as well. Of course, he did have light training yesterday, I believe. Let me double check. Was Hendo on the bench? I think BT said he was injured, but I'm not particularly sure. No, he wasn't on the bench. Neither Robbo played neither. But yeah, Hendo does seem to be missing, so potentially could be out for the Spurs game, which then would leave Fabinho and Thiago in the midfield as well. So again, I think Klopp has plenty of headaches. Of course, we'll speak about this a bit more tomorrow as well with a couple of guests as well. Hopefully, I'll try and get Jack on. I'll get Doug on as well. Potentially Spider, try and get a few people on as well for tomorrow. Of course, we'll speak about this game, speak about Liverpool's problems so far this season, and what can we do, going ahead. For the future as well anyway, guys. But if you're new around here as well, guys, we do have to head off because I did say I was going to only be 15, 20 minutes, and I've been 21 minutes right now anyway. But for me, guys, ultra positive is, look, Liverpool have won 5 games out of 6 in the Champions League. I think personally, look, it could have been a lot worse, especially after that match they won against Napoli. But look, we've managed to get through. We've managed to qualify. Now, of course, we all hope that we get Porto in the round of 16. But look, even Porto look pretty decent at the minute, don't they? And I'm glad they knocked out Atletico Madrid as well. Absolutely, I'm trying to think of the word. They're just happy that they knocked out Atletico Madrid as well. And yes, Mark, yes, I forgot to mention, it's brilliant from you, Mark, as well. Yeah, Mo Salah leading the scorer up to now in the UCL. Yeah, I think Kylian Mbappe is second now. But again, that could change tomorrow. But again, it's good to see Mo in the top of the goal scoring pool as well. To be fair, anyway. But guys, if you're new around here as well and viewing us for the first time, if you could please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. If you're new around here, it's very much appreciated as always. If you could hit that like button and subscribe button. I'm just double checking now. I believe we're still on 767, so we can get to 770, guys. By the weekend, that would be absolutely amazing if you could hit the subscribe button. Again, very much appreciated if you like Liverpool content. Of course, we're live tomorrow at 9 o'clock again. We're going to be talking about the whole season tomorrow, hopefully, as well with you guys and a couple of other people as well. Anyway, but guys, hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Anyway, and look, it should be good because again. Oh, and before we do it, anyway, Tom is in. Tom, you absolute legend, even Connor, lad. All you LFC legends on here in club, I trust up the effing Reds as well. Absolutely, Tom, good to see you in here as well, my friends. But yeah, absolutely up the effing Reds. And look, 5 wins out of 6 in the Champions League. It could have been worse. We could have been Atletico Madrid as well after match week 1, like I said. But again, guys, look, we'll be speaking about it tomorrow as well, more about this game, more about the Champions League, the Premier League, everything. It might be a 2-hour thing tomorrow by the time, as I've got it in my head, potentially we might be speaking for a very, very long time tomorrow about this situation with Liverpool anyway. But guys, hopefully have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock anyway. But again, enjoy your Tuesday night or Tuesday day, whatever you are watching around the world as well. And hopefully, you've got a smile on your face like me right now. Of course, Liverpool beat Napoli by 2-0 anyway. But I've been Connor from the COP Council. Let me quickly take up Tom's comment anyway. But yeah, big thank you to all of you guys as well. If you're new around here as well, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.